here. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all of you. Shawtee Devi. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It really helps me a lot. Don't forget to check out my website, paradoxastrology.com. Book your consultation today. I can help you with anything. And if you'd like more exclusive occult videos that I don't post on YouTube, consider subscribing to my Patreon. It also helps to support this channel. Okay, let's get into this video about the partial solar eclipse happening in Virgo on September 21st. This will also be a new moon. So K2 will be taking away the light. It can be a very confusing time for the mind and the soul, where we can lose direction for a little bit, but don't worry, things will always get better. It's about people in commanding positions. This also includes people in the United Nations. This is in Uttara Falguni in Pada 3. Now, Virgo is all about health. It's about your routines. It's about confronting your enemies and challenges. It's about logic, having to analyze things, service to others, pets, small animals. It's also war, health matters. This goes into Pada 3, which goes into Aquarius Navamsha, which also has Rahu in it in the birth chart. Rahu is transiting Aquarius right now, and this can bring in unexpected matters. And Aquarius is the 6th house, so this is showing us more events revolving around conflicts and also health matters, but bringing in humanity, a change, society, our social groups, our alliances. The theme is having to work very hard in an office without sleep and not fulfilling your desires. It may not be an office, but having to work very hard. In the story, a man actually kills his own wife, which is a metaphor for doing anything to achieve your own desires, but also not caring for others and not paying attention to your own family or anything around you because you're so consumed by these desires. Becoming obsessed with gains, but neglecting responsibilities and people in society, like your partner example, the needy or animals, carrying out immoral acts in order to do so. This can be themes of employees not being treated correctly as well. Like I said, this is in Uttara Falguni, so it's about how the kingdom is being run and taking care of these themes and these affairs of the kingdom. And in modern times, the affairs of the kingdom are the government. But for an individual, this can be like your own home or like your daily routines that you must do in order to keep your life running. But there is a transformation within this, because this is what we have to do after we've achieved the throne, the duties we must do. So with Mercury here, I can see many changes happening, but this can be slowly over time because we also have the aspect of Saturn onto this moon, which is very heavy. But this nakshatra also shows us the corrections that we must make to our lives. And this eclipse is the catalyst, the energy to do so. So wherever Virgo is in your chart, this is where you need to make corrections, or it'll make you make those corrections. This is about also helping others and receiving help from others. Charity, for example, as we have the 12th house lord here. Some friendships and relationships will have to end at this time. So like I said, the Saturn is at 4 degrees and it's a direct opposition to the sun and moon. People could be feeling alone, even in a crowd. Conflicts and endings with leaders and humanity. We must start dealing with the past and past alliances, groups, and some might end. Now, Uttara Falguni is where we are writing, sitting, and contemplating. It's productivity. This is where we must make these corrections concerning our body, our health, hospitals, spirituality, foreign relations, immigration. These corrections are due to leaders feeling that they are superior, and this complex can also create a conflict. This conflict is over money involving families, contracts, business, and partnerships. Mars is fighting for freedom in Libra right now and fairness, but it's in Chitra, which can involve weapons. It can involve buildings being demolished, or during conflict, these buildings being demolished. This is a nakshatra, though, that can bear fruit, as is a representation of the full-grown fig tree. Jupiter is in the 10th house, and many can actually see the height of their career. And remember that Jupiter will also go into Cancer in October, where it's exalted. And you can have your own business teaching, especially with spirituality, gurus, philosophy, finance, You can see much success, multiple opportunities, counseling. This can involve a change in your current circumstances, foreign people, and long distance travel. This direct opposition of Saturn to the moon and to the sun, Saturn is the working class. It's in Pisces, which is the homeless, immigrants. It's in Uttarabhadrapada, which is those who rely on government services. So these are opposing the government and how it's being run, the leaders, but also its associations. Laws are being put in place, but these laws could change directions, or those in foreign lands can be sent back. This can show foreign relocation or devotional service to others, like charity, for example. It can also involve spiritual matters like spirituality, which can become a value for many at this time. People are being less materialistic and they're going to value more spirituality, especially from faraway places. They're going to want people with less ego because they're kind of going a lot more minimal and not caring about celebrity culture anymore, kind of distancing themselves and kind of seeing, because Rahu is showing us the dark side of the elites, and then Ketu is making people want to split from that. It's also killing off a lot of leaders, as we've seen, and there can still be some deaths of leaders as well. But also we have Mercury here in Virgo, and Mercury is in Hasta. Hasta is also comedians. There's a big transformation, and some comedians are probably going to have to go in a different direction and have to change. Many people will be looking for spiritual knowledge, and many can make money from this if you do service to others. This nakshatra is the bestower of wealth, prosperity, and ultimate knowledge to be obtained. But we must have patience, as Saturn is aspecting this, so it's going to take time. But if we look at where Mars is, which is in the second house aspecting Saturn, there is a conflict with this wealth. It may be hard to get, or it gets spent. So there's a conflict with that, and there's a conflict with values as well, and families having to do with that, and families and relationships as well. There can be some conflicts there. But also this Saturn and Mars opposition can show violent acts. Government and leaders are changing, and governments need to be more independent and to be more self-reliant. That goes for wherever Virgo falls in your chart. This is what it wants you to do. And you'll get many opportunities, as Jupiter's in the 10th house, to do so. Jupiter is in Purnarvasu. This is wealthy again, a renewal for careers. This is where the light is shining again, a second chance at something, a renewal. And this can involve partnerships, business, home, possessions as well. But there's also a money issue, because we have the 12th house lord, but we have the 11th house lord as well. So there's something that has to be given up and something that's gained. Virgo is health, and the Lagna Lord is in the first house, which is Mercury exalted with the sun. So our focus is directly on the body and healing the mind as well through patience, hard work, and perseverance. Be careful of your health, as the 12th house Lord, like I mentioned, is there, of hospitalizations in the first house. But this can happen to celebrities or people in power positions, leaders, mothers. And this can also involve working with the hands, timing, precision, fate, including professions like astrology or palmistry. But having the first house lord there exalted in the first house, that is a very good sign that whatever issues you have can be solved. Saturn is going to have many people very serious, as it's aspecting the mind and the body. A conflict with civil servants and leaders. This could be strikes. This is being squared by Jupiter, which can create a positive mindset, but Saturn will ground it so it's not unrealistic. Like I said, there's an ending and separation of alliances and groups, how things are run. This can involve immigration, homelessness, and government services. Leaders are transforming, and their reputations in society as well. You also can have the opportunity from working from home as a business, and you can gain fame in your hometown for some. Those who work with their hands, a huge transformation, and that could be due to AI. Venus and Mercury conjunction here in Leo. Now, relationships can turn spiritual, or they can end and go in a different direction as Venus starts going closer to Ketu. Unexpected matters of health can arise with children or partners, but Rahu in the 6th house wants to go on more of an unorthodox way of healing. Conflicts with money being spent too fast in partners. But this is where the transformation begins. There could be some unexpected expenses. that may have to be worked on with the hands. Money can come from inheritances or sources that you didn't work for. It can come from taxes, pensions. But there's a conflict in regards to this with someone you know. A transformation in income is definitely possible. On September 23rd to the 24th, as Moon will conjunct Mars and aspect Saturn, this exact aspect happens on the 20th, but I think it's more when the Moon will be there, because that's when Mars is in Libra. It'll make the 6th, 8th aspect onto Saturn, but as the dates go on, it goes closer to an exact aspect. There can be unexpected events on this day. Some can be aggressive and violence can happen. This can involve leaders, and as I said, it's in Chitra, so it can involve weapons and buildings, architecture. Now, the professions this will include are themes about anyone who works in music, any creative field, and public figures, people, like I said, in high positions of authority, entertainment. So these things are transforming as well, but also people who are into crime, high levels of crime, spirituality, teachers, preachers, gurus, astrologers, counselors, especially people going to counselors for marriages, people working with foreign nations. Themes are revolving around the forefathers, banks, creditors, and that's just a little bit about what I see coming up. I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next one.